What are the 10 best used luxury cars to own outside of their warranty period? I mean, a luxury car doesn't really feel luxurious at all when you're stuck on the side of the road waiting for a tow truck, am I right? Today, these are our top picks for cars that are reliable, luxurious, and most importantly, built to stand the test of time. In no particular order, these are the ones you marry, folks. Let's get into it. The Mercedes E-Class is an absolute standout for longevity. I mean, if you've ever been basically anywhere outside of North America, it's not uncommon to find old W201s and even W210s being used as taxis or delivery cars and on their second trip around the odometer. The E-Class is the sweet spot of Mercedes engineering excellence without the over-engineering you get in something like an S-Class. And that's pretty much true of all E-Class models, except for the W211 generation. W211s were plagued with build quality and reliability issues, from Mercedes fly-by-wire SBC braking system, to timing chain and balance shaft issues, to various and frequent electrical problems that are almost never simple or cheap to fix. The W212, though, it is built to last. It features robust engines and transmissions designed and engineered to go hundreds of thousands of miles. It's not only more reliable, but the 212 also corrected many of the other issues of the 211. Remember guys, that was a Daimler Chrysler era car, and 212s offer improvements like a solid rattle-free interior and much better resistance to rust. While it has a few known issues like air suspension failures if equipped and occasional window regulator problems, or the odd cooling system malfunction, the 212 is generally a very reliable choice for long-term ownership. Seeing as you can find nice examples for around 16 grand, if you're looking for dependable luxury that doesn't break the bank, don't sleep on the 212 E-Class. When BMW rolled out the now legendary B58 turbocharged inline-6 in 2015, I'm not sure even they knew just how solid these engines would prove to be. The BMW 340i and 440i are delicious cars, especially with the B58 engine. Offered in the 340 in 2015 and the 440 in 2016, this engine is renowned for its durability, and, fun fact, is the same one used in the current Toyota Supra. It's far more resilient than previous turbo inline-6 engines from BMW, which themselves were actually pretty good too. While the B48 4-cylinder is decent, the B58 is the one to have for long-term reliability. It uses the same ultra beefy block and forged internals as the diesel 6-cylinder, and there are so many clever engineering decisions made here. From the integrated exhaust manifold, to the air-to-water intercooler designed right into the intake manifold, to a thermal recovery unit that retains engine temperature for longer periods of time, which reduces emissions and, more importantly, reduces accelerated engine wear that happens during a cold start. To be clear, it's not perfect, and we have seen the occasional oil leak, usually from the valve cover gaskets, and the occasional coolant leak from either the water pump or the thermostat. I mean, it's still a BMW, but shockingly, it's reliable, and it can be tuned to make huge power. Both of these cars, especially with the M Performance package, offer a fantastic combination of luxury, performance, and longevity. And for an average price of around 26 grand on the used market, they're both definitely worth a look at. What if you want a compact SUV? You know, something with a bit more space and practicality, but with car-like handling. Well, look no further than an Audi Q5 or its sportier and shockingly quick brother, the SQ5. The base 2-liter turbocharged 4 has its share of issues. Oil consumption, turbocharger failure. If maximum longevity is the goal, it is not the move. No. Instead, opt for the supercharged 3-liter V6. They make more power, still get reasonable fuel mileage, and above all, are extremely dependable. Other than regular maintenance, the occasional engine oil separator, and a water pump or thermostat problem, not much goes wrong with these cars, and they serve up overall build quality that can't be beat for the price. Not to mention, all 3-liter versions come standard with Audi's legendary Quattro all-wheel drive, meaning you can ride around in luxury year-round. This is one of the few Audis that really, genuinely is in it for the long haul, and now that I think of it, so is the car that it's based on, the Audi S4. Specifically, models built between 2012 and 2016 are very dependable. This engine, the same one you get in that Q5 we just talked about, combined with the second generation DSG transmission, is nearly bulletproof. The S4 also offers the robustness of Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system, and just like the Q5, overall build quality is excellent. The earlier pre-facelift models had transmission issues, and the earlier generation B7 chassis cars came equipped with a 4.2-liter V8, while awesome, was also a dependability nightmare. The supercharged V6 is a standout for longevity. If you want a fun-to-drive German luxury sedan that's in it not just for a good time, but for a long time, go test drive an S4. The Lexus RX 350 is almost laughably reliable. As a Toyota product, it's built to last. The 3.5-liter V6 engine is naturally aspirated, meaning it's got fewer components that can wear out and fail. With regular maintenance, these vehicles just don't really seem to wear out. The RX is stylish and comfortable, and while it doesn't offer a drive that's gonna set your hair on fire, and the steering is about as disconnected from the road as you could make it, the ride is soft and compliant and the cabin is whisper quiet, making it a great choice for both long drives and long-term ownership. Hardly anything goes wrong with these SUVs, but depending on the year, you will have to put up with a less than ideal infotainment system. Some people like it, it's just not for me. Do yourself a favor and go play around with one of these frankly awesome rides yourself, and know that if you make a purchase, you're signing up for one of the most dependable cars on the face of the planet, and you'll have the resale value down the road to prove it. If you find the Lexus a bit too vanilla or the Q5 just a little bit too small, then good news. The BMW X5 can be had with that legendary B58 engine. In fact, that configuration is the only X5 to consider for long-term ownership. Like we already discussed, this turbocharged inline-6 is robust and reliable, far better than any of its predecessors. And the current X5, meaning a 2019 model year or newer, is easily one of the best all-around packages you can buy. The X5 combines real performance with next-generation luxury, and is a practical choice for those looking to keep their vehicle well beyond the initial depreciation period. Like all BMWs, they got hit hard in the first few years, but prices are starting to level off. And once more of these are in the low $30,000 range, they're offering a complete package that's going to be tough to beat. The BMW X5 is ranked number 1 in the luxury SUV segment as per Consumer Reports, and they say it's one of the best vehicles they've ever tested, full stop. I guess what I'm saying is, if something like the X5 is in the running for your next car, do us both a favor and go drive one before settling on something else. Alright, truth is, if you want a sports car and you're willing to spend the money, you can't go wrong with a Porsche 911, because particularly the 991 generation is built to last. A car known for its performance and quality, the 911 also ranks high in reliability. JD Power scores the Porsche 911 significantly above the industry average for luxury cars, making it a fantastic long-term investment. The 911's engineering all but ensures it can be driven extensively without major issues, so long as you stay on top of maintenance. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you just keep iterating on the same basic car for over 60 years. Now, it has to be said that even though these cars are very dependable, if you have a problem with it, expect to pay up. Repairs and maintenance on a Porsche don't come cheap, but if you're okay with that and love everything about the 911, but sadly need something with rear seats that have room for people with legs, then take a good hard long look at the number 4 pick on this list. Porsche has tried their absolute best to inject the spirit of the 911 into an off-road capable family hauler, and honestly, they did a pretty amazing job. Not only is the Cayenne the most fun SUV to drive in its class, but it too ranks extremely well in overall interior design and quality, as well as, you guessed it, dependability. The interior is excellent, but it should be noted that if you have little ones, this truck probably isn't the move if you're the type of parent that lets them crawl around on the inside. And hey, no judgment, I've totally been there. The reason is, it's more of a cockpit and less of a typical luxury car cabin. Unlike most SUVs where you sort of sit on top of them, with Cayenne, you sit inside. sort of like a sports car. Don't think, though, that that makes it any less practical for hauling people and groceries, or that its supremely tuned suspension makes it underperform while towing or off-road. Because the fact is, the Cayenne really can and happily will do it all. Just remember that, like the 911, Porsche service comes at a cost. There's really no specific year or chassis code of Cayenne that are standouts as reliability nightmares. They're all pretty solid, but if I had to pick one that stands above the rest and will almost certainly stand the test of time, it would be the second generation. Internally known as the 92 Alpha chassis, both the naturally aspirated 3.6-liter VR6 and the naturally aspirated 4.8-liter V8 options are genuinely very reliable. Speaking of reliable SUVs, we can't not include the Lexus GX 460. It's a rugged, body-on-frame SUV that combines Toyota's legendary reliability with Lexus luxury. The 4.6-liter V8 engine is known for its durability, and with features like crawl control and multi-terrain select, the 460 is just as capable off-road as it is on-road, making it an extremely versatile choice. You can sort of think of this as Toyota's take on a Range Rover. Comfortable, powerful, incredible off-road, and supremely supple on-road. There's a lot to like about the GX 460, besides its cursor-based infotainment system and recent influx of cars experiencing various electrical problems and stability control malfunctions. But it's a Lexus. Surely Toyota has a fix and potentially a recall coming to make it all okay. If you want a large luxury SUV that's good at literally everything, then sign on the dotted line for a GX 460 and go enjoy one of the longest lasting vehicles you can buy. The Acura MDX, especially with the 3.5-liter V6, is a reliable and durable luxury SUV. Known for its high safety ratings and owner satisfaction, MDX is built to last. Many MDX owners keep their vehicles for over 15 years, a testament to their reliability and quality. And while it just so happens that right now, several of these cars are under a recall for a potentially incorrectly machined crankshaft, which is kind of a major repair, Acura is stepping in and making it right. It must be said that the MDX will require a bit more maintenance than some of the others on this list. For instance, while the rest of the world has moved on to timing chains, Acura is still using an old-fashioned belt. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, replacing a belt is a lot easier than dealing with replacing a chain, but the belt will need to be replaced at around 100,000 miles, and then every 100,000 miles or so after that. Also, these cars require valve adjustments and more frequent fluid replacements than the rest of its competitors. With all that though, they are very nice and very dependable cars, so you'll just have to decide if the juice is worth the squeeze. The Lexus GS, and the GS 350 in particular, is another ultra-reliable luxury sedan. With its 3.5-liter V6 engine, the GS offers a blend of performance and durability that's unmatched by most of its competitors. Despite being discontinued, the GS is known for its quality and long-term reliability. Again, like most Toyota and Lexus products, not a whole lot is known to go wrong here. And while its styling can be described as polarizing to some, personally, I think they look great. You can get them with all-wheel drive, you have a choice of engine options, and really the only thing you need to think through when buying one of these is what color you want. Unfortunately, it's been out of production since 2020, but the silver lining in that means you can pick up really nice examples for 20 to 30 grand. Those are the 10 most dependable luxury cars you can own outside of warranty, and any one of these is honestly a really safe bet. But I want to hear from you. Do you have experience with any of these cars? What cars do you think we missed? Let me know down in the comments. Now, if you guys want to learn about luxury cars you should absolutely avoid, then go watch this video right here, or whatever YouTube recommends right here. Otherwise, if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing to Ideal for more. We're posting nearly every day. My name's Trav, this is Ideal, and I'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching.